This is your pal, Gadget Sal, and of course that's not my real voice, but it is me, your pal Sal, guys, and what we have today is a few AliExpress shoe gadgets, and we're going to rate them from 0 to 10. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best, but it's only one test, that's all, so let's get this started. Gadget Sal! Welcome back to Gadget Sal, guys, and of course we have a few AliExpress shoe gadgets today, and this is the first one right over here. I'm pretty sure it caught your eye in the beginning. It is a red piece of plastic, basically. I'll give it a turn so you guys can see how this gadget looks. Pretty cool. It has two different levels, the bottom level here and the top level there. So what this is a shoe organizer. So I'm going to start right off by grabbing one of the shoes here, one of my Vans, and we're going to place it at the bottom. We place it at the bottom, it goes basically all the way in, and there's still kind of a small little 1/4 overhang right over here. So it doesn't grab all the shoe. Once we put that one there, we put this one right on top like this. So we'll give this a quick turn so you guys can check it out and see what that looks like. I do like this, guys. It is pretty organized. I mean, what you're basically supposed to do is you have multiple. So you have this one here, then another one here right next to it, then another one here right next to it over here. What this shoe organizer also has is steps, so you can basically either make it bigger or make it smaller. So it'll step down, so it'll make it smaller, or you can click it up and it'll make it bigger. I think that's all the way to the top there. When you click it all the way to the top there, you can actually put some boots here. Alright, guys, and here we go. I have my boots here. Here's one of them, the first one here. I hope it does fit it because they are pretty big. And that's basically all the way to the edge. The boot is kind of hanging out, quarter of the boot. I mean, you can still pick it up and the boot's still going to stay on there even though it's kind of heavy. And here, the boot's not hitting on top. The second boot here, and we'll stack that right on top. This is heavy, guys. Check it out. This is the way it's going to look with boots on. So even if I bounce it up and down, it still has a room right in here. I can even put my hand in here and it's holding the boots. Check it out. It's pretty tough. It's pretty sturdy. This is what it's going to look like. Back, side, front view there. And I'll set the boots down so you guys can see that it's going to hold itself. Even if I shake it, this thing does work. I really do like this shoe stacker. I didn't think it was going to work, especially when I pieced it together. Found it kind of flimsy, but it does work. And these boots, they're pretty heavy. An 8.5. I think that's a very good score for what this thing does. I like how it also has, you see these little grips right on top. So that way your shoe, if it's at an incline, it does not slide off. And of course it also has a small lip here, so it stops the shoe from sliding. And what I also do like is that it's very easy. You just click this inward. It just goes back to resetting so you can have different levels. I think it's going to make your shoe closet cleaner. If you don't want the stuff to be horizontal this way, all the way across, you can have it vertically, up and down, and you can just make it a lot cleaner. But it is all made out of plastic, kind of flimsy, but it is pretty sturdy. So an 8.5, I think that's a very good score for this thing. Next one. And the next shoe gadget right over here, guys, from AliExpress is this one right over here. So it's an eraser that cleans your shoes. So the Vans that you've seen right now on screen, I'm going to try and clean the white part, and let's see if it does get rid of all the dirtiness on it. So as you guys can see here, you see the dirty parts here and right over here. I'm going to try and erase these. Take that out and just imagine yourself a regular eraser, but it's very flimsy, very bendable. First time using this here. Well, wow, okay. It's erasing some. I can see that. Let's see. It's not 100% erased. Maybe because it's also a scuff mark. I mean, yeah, you can tell that it is erased. See? And we're going to try this back part here. Just like a regular eraser. Like if you're using it on a piece of paper and you're getting rid of pencil lead. It is basically working, guys. The only thing I don't like is that it's still leaving a lot of residue, dark residue here. And now you have a bunch of eraser shavings here. See, a bunch of shavings. I'm going to give the shoe eraser, guys, a 6.6. It did erase the dirtiness on the shoe, but it did leave some small dark blotches and spots around. I know maybe on camera it looks all white, but it's not all white. It does work. I'm not going to say it doesn't. It does, but I think a wet rag would probably work as good as this eraser right over here. It's very easy to bend, as you guys can see, and it's very small. You can easily store it anywhere you want to. That's about it, guys. 6.6, that's a good score for this thing. Next one. By the way, guys, if you're liking what you're seeing so far, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss any more future gadget videos. Now let's continue with this one right over here, which is no tie shoelaces. They are stretchable, and what you're supposed to do at the end is cut off some end pieces from where the shoelaces end, and then you're supposed to insert these, and you're supposed to click them together, and you don't have to tie your shoes anymore. So let's do that right now. And here it is, guys. I've already laced this shoe up right over here. And as you can see, yeah, they are pretty stretchable. So they stretch back to what the normal place would be after you've already tightened them to where you wanted them to be. And what you're supposed to do basically right now, get this is made out of metal. It's like the size of a pill. You unscrew this here, guys, the ends here. And you're supposed to put one end inside of one end of a shoelace like this, all the way down here. And the other side you're supposed to put in like this, all the way down too, like this. And then what you're supposed to do here is grab the shoelace, you twist it, you make a knot to it. Here, let's get it closer. And then you're supposed to cut off this piece here where the knot ends. And then when you stretch this over, this should go over the knot. You see? That one half of that screw piece. The same thing to the other side. You make a knot, and then you cut right above the knot like this. This little screw thing. Screw nub goes right over it, and now you have two little halves. So from here, what you're supposed to do, guys, is you take these two little halves and you screw them into each other like this. So now with this on like this, you don't have to try and tie your shoelaces. All you have to do is stretch out, insert your foot, and then your foot should hold the pressure on with this here, since these are kind of expandable. I'm just gonna bring my foot up so you guys can see what that looks like. So as you guys can see, this thing is pretty clean. It's really tight. The shoelaces, here, I'll take them off. They stretch. Check this out, guys. And it looks very clean with this chrome piece right over here that just screws on, and there's nothing else to tie. So since they are stretchable, you stretch it over your foot really quick. Your foot goes inside, and the stretchy piece, it's right here, guys, and it's holding the shoe. I do like that, guys. And when I was walking on them, they feel secure. They don't feel like they're gonna fall off the shoes. I do like these guys. They do work really well. I'm going to give the no tie shoelaces here, guys, a 9.1. They work extremely well. They do, of course, stretch out any which way that you need them to, up to a certain point, of course, and then they go back to their original form. And it does not hurt your foot as long as you measure the side where you're going to cut off the end pieces here and insert them into these little nubs. You're going to be fine. But it's better to undo it where it's too loose maybe here on top, and then you can stretch it out a bit more, retie it, and then cut the end piece again. But other than that, 9.1, I think it's a very good score for this thing. The shoelaces seem very, very tough, made out of very nice material, and this chrome piece is very, very hard metal, so this is not going to break right over here. It's not going to come off. You're just going to have to buy a lot of them if you want to put them on all of your shoes. So yeah, just think about that before you buy them. Next one. This one is more of like a safety shoe gadget, I guess you could say, for when you're biking or running at night. This is what it looks like. Bright green here, white rubber piece here, and black on this side. And on the inside, it has kind of like grippers here on each end here and right over here. Spiky just a bit. So I'm going to bring out a shoe and let's put it on. Stretch it over and you put it on. You have to be very careful, because if this is going to be something that you run with, then fine, you can scratch the shoe. But because it has those spikes on the side of this, you might not want to put these on shoes that you might have that are very expensive, because it's going to scratch the shoe completely. So just be very careful about that. Kind of weird. It looks like headphones for your phone. But yeah, that's what it's going to look like here. Off to the side there. Back. And to the side there. It is kind of weird, I know, guys, but it's more like a safety type of thing for when you're running at night. And then all you have to do is press this green button here, and let's see what that does. It's a bright neon green light. Off camera here, I can see it, and it looks very, very green. See, it's even glowing on my hand here. And then you click the button one more time. There we go. And it's turning off and on, flashing basically like hazard lights. but for your shoes. And as you're running, people are going to be able to see you and say, oh, there's somebody running there, or there's somebody on their bike there. And this green light is very bright. So I'm going to turn off my lights here. That way you guys can see very quickly what this is going to look like. Let's check it out. And that's what it's going to look like. Pretty cool. Very green, very bright green glow. Neon green. And what I've noticed is that the lights are inside of the plastic piece here, and it glows around this clear piece. There's no light inside of the clear piece here. It's just inside. It shoots out the light and it glows into silicone piece here. And then we press it one more time and check it out. So as you're running, people are going to be able to see you as you're running here. Or biking, whichever one. This is a left shoe. Let's put it on the right shoe really quick so I can show you that it is going to be for either shoe. There is no right or left, so all you have to do is grab it, go over it. That's it. You see? Fits on the right shoe too, as it did on the left shoe perfectly. 9.2. I think that's a very good score for what this thing does, which is glow at night, so that way anybody and everybody can see you. I'm going to give this a shake really quick, that way you guys can see that even if you're running really fast, this thing is not going to move. Check that out. We'll do it quickly, more hard. Check it out, guys. This thing does not budge at all. It is staying on the shoe. So the grippers on the side of the shoe work really good. You're going to like this if you bike at night or run at night, jog at night. I think it's made out of very tough plastic. On the inside over here, this is where you take off the batteries. This is where the batteries go. There's just a few Phillips screws here. But a 9.2, guys, I think that's a very good score for what this thing does, which at the end is to keep you safe at night so everybody can see you. Guys, this is your pal Gadget Sal here again, and these were just a few AliExpress shoe gadgets you can purchase right now. My favorite ones were the no-tying stretchable shoelaces right over here and the safety jogging light right over here. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any more future gadget videos. Comment down below and check out this video right over here to see some more gadgets tested and scored. And remember, one test, that's all. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.